Good day, everyone. This is the Broadcast Tools Audio Sentinel for Web. I'm using this in a lot of places. This is kind of a still shot. I'll show you a live shot in a second. That's the front of it. Here's the back of it, and as you can see here on the back, there are the Ethernet jacks that you can use if you want to use the StudioHub adapters, and you can then hook them up to XLR connectors. I'm going to show you a live shot here coming up right about now. Here in the live shot, you're seeing the actual unit in place at the Technical Operations Center here at Global American Enterprises. And the light's blinking off and on. The green lights are indicating that that's active. And when the lights go off, it shows that there is a drop in audio. And unless the red light would come on, there would be no alarm sounding. It's just low audio when those lights are blinking off and on. But when the lights are on, such as they are now, you know that everything is good. You just don't want to see any red lights. If you see a red light, well, that's going to indicate that the audio has been lost for a predetermined amount of time that we've set up. Above here, you see I have a number of meters that also show what's going on. And then you'll see that the unit has its own meters built in. And as I pan further down, you'll notice that I make a great use of these meters as well to show you what's going on. I like a lot of meters. I like to see exactly what's happening and know how the audio is getting to
everyone.
me and
this
how
is,
I'm going to be
Ron
able
Crider
to best
again
use
with
it.
Another
I use a lot of the Barracks 100s and 500s in order to get audio into our facility.
Fit it in.
Coming up is another video that I put together, and this is the actual unit in operation. And it'll start up here in
that are also
just
similar,
a minute.
So you'll have to be careful.
Stand by.
When you order
Thank you for watching this video, and we're going to crank up here in
$320.
just a second.
So let me give you a little idea, an overview about what it is. What you're seeing here is 8 different radio stations we have at our Technical Operations Center at Global American Enterprises. Here's WJPP, WPBV, and these radio stations are returning audio to us from their radio transmitters. Now, I put a little Tivoli radio at the WJPP tower site, and it picks up that station. It's a low-power FM station, low-power Catholic FM station. Picks up that station and sends the information back to the studio here via a Barracks in-streamer, and then here it's received by an X-streamer, and we feed that audio into this unit. And there you see the audio. So if in the event that that radio station goes off the air, it's going to alarm us through this system. It's going to log through this system to show that there is no audio present. Now, that could mean that the transmitter is still on the air, but the audio is not present because they may have lost their audio connection, albeit they're not on the air, and that's all they care about. Now, the radio station does have a remote control system, and it lets you know that things are going bad down there as well. But here at the Technical Operations Center, we like to see everything that's going on. And also, we have a switcher that switches this audio on the air, so we can actually listen to the air audio on any one of these 8 devices. WPBV, that's a station in Palm Beach. Same deal, Tivoli radio down there, sending the audio back through 2 barracks boxes to the Technical Operations Center. WEHR, Port St. Lucie radio station, exactly the same thing. These stations are very unattended, so it really is good to have eyes and ears on these radio stations by our people who are here 24 hours a day. This is KFCS in Colorado Springs. That's a long way from Vero Beach, Florida, or from Indianapolis, where we have our monitoring systems. But somebody is always paying attention to what's going on in KFCS. And again, the audio is returned exactly as I mentioned before. And with this one is number 5. It says Santos, but it's GAE, Global American Enterprises, our demonstration internet radio station. We do lots of radio programs for people, but that is the main feed out of the GAE system. Whenever we're doing live programming, anybody can log into that station here, but it also lets us know that that should be active all the time. We have a Classic America light classical music channel that's being monitored here as well. We also have a mostly Sinatra channel, That's an automation system that's broadcasting from the Technical Operations Center. And then we have the XDS-B channel coming back to us from Indianapolis. And in Indianapolis, we have a satellite system up there with the satellite receiver, the XDS receiver, and it's receiving the signal, sending it back down here to us, and we use it for our various programs. And to give you a further idea of how this works, we can go to the user setup, and in the user setup, when it switches, this is all very typical. How about the input-output setup? On the input-output setup, there are 8 inputs or 4 stereo inputs. I'm running this in the mono mode. As you can see down here, it says mono. And inputs 1 and 2 are WJPP and WPBV. You can set them for silence. Now, if you don't have one or one's out of service, you can click these off, and then they won't continue to send you email. And so there's 4 screens for this, for the 8 different channels, WHR and KFCS. And again, you can set the levels and the delay and any of the things the parameters of how you want it set up. So you go through all 4 pages of those. Here's the third page. Third page is the Santos, or GAE, if you will. And this is Classic America. And then the last one would be the channel 4, which is two channels. This is a web-based unit, and then this particular one I have on a 192. This is on a 192 basis. We can log into it with dual mod, which is the way we're logging into it, as you see here right now. Furthermore, we're going to go to show the alarms. So here's the alarms, and I have a couple of alarms in the system right now, and it shows that yesterday at 15:35, it became active again. I had that turned off just so I could demonstrate that it shows you that it's now active. And then KFCS went into alarm at 17:58:20, but it came back active at 1800. That was due to a log error in the KFCS system, which has been now corrected. And then Classic America yesterday at 23:57:58 ran out of music until midnight, and at midnight it became active again. So it gives you an idea of what's going on. The plan here is, the way you'd like to see it, is to be able to walk into this room in the morning and take a look at that screen on that computer. This is a little dedicated computer, and that screen should show you nothing. There should not be anything here. So you can just come over here right now, as I'm going to do, and clear those alarms. Those alarms now are, this is the way you'd like to see it every time you walk into the room. So I'm going to show you a couple of pictures here of the front and back of this Audio Sentinel 4 web. It does have 2 different types of inputs on the back of it. It has the StudioHub Ethernet input, which can use the StudioHub adapters for XLR connectors or whatever you'd like to use, which is what I prefer to use. And it also has the little Phoenix green connectors on it. So if you don't want to buy the StudioHub Ethernet jacks to XLR, you can just make up your own wires and plug them into the Phoenix connector. So there it is, and it sells for right around $320. And I have to tell you, I wouldn't have a technical operations center like this without one of these. I put these in all of our transmitter plants because I like to monitor the audio throughout the transmitter plant. I like to see the audio coming off of our standby satellite at those sites. I like to see the audio coming out of the feed, the audio feed. If we're feeding it with a barracks or a Comrex, I want to see that audio going into that building. I like to see the audio going into the transmitter coming out of the audio processor. I like to also see the audio coming out of LP1 and LP2 for the EAS system, which is located at the transmitter sites. And also I have one, as you can see, as I pointed out here on the Tivoli radios or on the station mod monitor showing the actual audio output. So I use them a lot. I use them everywhere you can think of. So here it is, Broadcast Tools, Audio Sentinel 4 Web. Have a nice day. Thank you very much. If you have any would like to contact me, you can call me at 772-913-2209. I got a lot of calls, so best thing you can do is send me a text message to that number, 772-913-2209. My email address is Ron Crider, it's RONCRIDER @gmail.com. Have a great day. Thanks for watching.